in 1972, Susan DeMarco and I wrote a book called Hard Tomatoes, Hard Times. It was about the perversion of the land-grant college system and how they were serving agribusiness interests, industrial agriculture. This was before the current books about all that stuff, Pollock and those folks, way back in the 1970s. And Hard Tomatoes were all about the land-grant college in California, UC Davis. And Del Monte Corporation wanted to get rid of farm workers and get rid of all these small tomato farmers. So they asked the university to build them a tomato harvesting machine, which they did. But the problem was the harvesting machine crushed the tomatoes. So then they said, we need a tomato that will survive the crushing of the machine. And so UC Davis and University of Florida built them a tomato. And that's where that hard nugget came from. 5,000 tomato farmers went out of business in the next 5 years. Farm workers lost their jobs, and we got that hard nugget of a tomato. But DeMarco went to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, head of research, the numero uno of all research, agriculture research. And he was very proud of this tomato. My God, he said, this thing is just marvelous. I said, we can ship it across the country. It'll sit in a tomato bin for a month, and not rot, And she said, well, yeah, but I grew up in New Jersey, and I had those sweet tasting good tomatoes, and these don't seem to taste quite the same. And he leaned over to her and he said, your children will never know the difference. But of course they did, didn't they? You got a farmer's market tomorrow. Where did that come from? It came from the children who knew the difference and said, they created an Upchuck rebellion, as we call it. Said, we don't want industrialized food, we want real food. And consumers said, yes, that's what we want too. So farmers and consumers came together, and then food artisans and some local entrepreneurs and some public officials came together and let's create this new economy. And that is the good food economy. I was just last weekend, I was in Saratoga Springs, New York, with Willie Nelson and Neil Young and the Farm Aid gang up there. And just a fabulous event of all these farmers coming together with consumers and good local beer and wine, etc. It was just a joyous occasion. Not only the music, but I mean, the substance of what had been created. Well, you created that. No corporation created it, no government created it. We created that from the grassroots level. That's the power that we have when we do get together and figure something out like that. So as a friend of mine who's been a pioneer in the organic movement put it to me once, he said, those who say it can't be done should not interrupt those who are doing it. And that would be you.